For much more on Team Europe, let's bring Bob and Mark back into the conversation. Bob, starting with you. We just saw your essay on Rory McIlroy. We know how much he cares about this event. Overall, what are your expectations for McIlroy this week?
I think they're pretty high. I think if you look at the last 6 months of his play, yes, he probably didn't win as much as he could have or he should have or he wanted to win. But his overall level of play is very, very high right now coming into this. He knows he's the leader on this team, or certainly with Jon Rahm, but I think he is the leader having a little bit more experience. He knows that what he does is going to be watched by the other 11 guys on that team. And I think he realizes that there's no point in trying to pick up this team and carry them on his back. He's got to go out and do his part and then encourage the rest of the team to do it. But people are going to be looking to him. The other players, even the coaches are going to be, and captains are going to be looking at him and saying, give us a little guidance, lead us on. He's the guy at the front of this line. And so there's a lot of, I don't want to say pressure, but there's a lot of notoriety going on with what he's going to do out there. And so I think it's very important for him, certainly, to get off to a very good start here as well.
Yeah, certainly very important for Rory McIlroy, Team Europe, to get off to a best start. Mark, for you, overall, what do you think of the makeup of Team Europe? Very top-heavy. Do you think best on best, they are better, at least on the top, against Team USA?
It's interesting, Adam. I've been looking at this a long time and staring at these teams and staring at these names. And you could make an argument that certainly the top three of Rahm, Rory, and Hovland are as good as any top three we've seen on any international team. In fact, if you were to use a point system of the last 30 to 60 days, 90 days, and say that that's how we are going to designate the best player in the world, it's likely Viktor Hovland right now with the way he performed in the month of August and the way he's performing right now. All that being said, though, that top six for the U.S. is still outstanding, especially when you consider that Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele as a pair, we all know what they're capable of doing. And if Scottie Scheffler can change the putting, watch out. I think the story here, and the reason that I have called the European upset for so long now, is I think the bottom half of this European team is feeling a little disrespected. And I think veterans like Justin Rose and rookies like Ludwig Aberg are going to surprise people this week and start collecting some points. And players like Shane Lowry, this is a guy that went to Royal Portrush and won an Open Championship in front of really what was a hometown crowd for Shane Lowry. He can handle the moment. It's those players that I think become the difference that surprise people this week for Team Europe. Throw out the big stars. It's quite often the workhorses that get it done in team competition.